The Little Mermaid is a side-scrolling underwater adventure released by Capcom for the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1991.
Capcom is known for making some of the higher quality Disney games during this time. The game is based on the 1989 Disney animated feature of the same name, but the plot of the game does differ from that of the movie. In the game, you play as Ariel, Princess of the Sea, who of the newer generation of Disney princesses, in my opinion...
Yo, Mama, hold up. The Little Mermaid is from 1989. What do you mean she's part of the new generation?
Well, I think of Disney movies like this. There are the classics from the 30s through the 60s. Then Disney made their big comeback in the late 80s and early 90s, which is largely due to the success of The Little Mermaid. From that time until now, I consider to be the newer generation of Disney movies and Disney princesses. Anyway, what was I saying?
Oh yeah. In my opinion, Ariel is the coolest of this new generation of princesses. I mean, look at that hair. I have to say, I always thought Ursula was a pretty cool villain too.
She may be the key to Triton's undoing.
But no one is cooler than Maleficent.
Now shall you deal with me, O Prince, and all the powers of hell!
She's just so cool.
The story of the game is pretty simple. Ariel has taken human form. She and Eric are deeply in love and about to get married. Sebastian, Flounder, and Scuttle come to see her and tell her that Ursula has put a spell on all the sea creatures and Ariel must retake her mermaid form and go to Ursula's castle to stop her. The controls on this game are pretty good, even though I tend to not like underwater levels in games, or maybe I should say I tend to be horrible at them. The fact that this entire game is underwater really didn't bother me. The controls for swimming are different from your typical Mario swimming level, making Ariel much easier to control. Unless you're pushing a button, Ariel stays put rather than sinking towards the bottom of the screen, making the swimming process a less panic-inducing experience. I don't have a whole lot to say about the music, but I did enjoy it. The beginning and end of the game have well-known music from the movie, which of course I was happy about. The levels don't have music that I recognized from the movie, but it worked well, and I didn't find it to be annoying, which we all know can happen in retro games. While on the way to Ursula's castle, you can gather objects hidden in chests, and sometimes receive objects for defeating enemies in your path. Some of the objects you receive are the human items Ariel collected in the movie and kept in her secret stash. Collecting these items will increase your life and attack power, but do not affect the outcome of the game. You can beat the game without collecting the majority of these items, which is what happened when I played, since I had no idea what I was doing and couldn't figure out how to get most of them. You open the treasure chests by throwing shells at them. I was also able to open a couple of them by accidentally rolling barrels at them, but found the process of pushing over the barrels hard to recreate. The game consists of 5 stages and a final boss battle. You swim through each stage, either fighting or avoiding the sea creatures that are out to get you, until you reach the boss at the end. Since this was the first time I'd ever played this game, it took me a little time to get the hang of the controls and gameplay, but once I did, I actually felt like the bosses got easier as the game went on. I really enjoyed the graphics in this game. Each stage has a different setting, and while the graphics are simple, the game is full of rich texture, making it visually interesting. The only thing that bothered me a little bit was that Ariel's hair was hot pink during all the gameplay. In the cutscenes, it was red like it should be, but that's definitely pink. Oh well, I think I can get over that. Other than the hair thing, the graphic for Ariel is about what you'd expect. She's not super detailed, but some of her moves totally make up for that. In some parts of the game, Ariel can leap out of the water like a dolphin. She can also jump out of the water onto platforms and flops around like a fish, which is just the cutest thing. One of my favorite graphics in the game was the sunken ship at the end of one of the levels. I love that it just seems like a background, but then the cannons actually start shooting the enemies at you, incorporating it into the gameplay. But I have to say my absolute favorite graphic in the game is...
Spoiler alert!
The final boss battle with Ursula. This scene is absolutely beautiful. Ursula is so detailed and just really, really well done. Overall, this game is very simple, and now that I know how to play, I could probably play through the whole thing super quick, especially considering I played through the whole game in about an hour my first time. I was a little shocked and sad to realize that the game was over when the screen saying the end popped up.
They got married and lived happily ever after. The end? Really? That's it?
I did kind of feel like I was just getting the hang of it when it ended, but I knew it was a good game because it left me wanting to play again and explore more, actually opening more of the chests and getting more of the power-ups and items. The game is short and sweet, which I have to say, after getting over the initial shock of beating it so quickly, I think is a good thing. Since you can't save your progress on a lot of NES games, it's nice to have a game that you can pop in if you don't have much time and play through it really quickly without having to leave your console paused for days on end, hoping it doesn't get bumped and you lose your game progress or have to type in one of those ridiculous codes. Of course, it's possible to beat certain games really quickly with warps and whatnot, but when I do that, it doesn't really feel like I'm beating the game. I have to say, this is just a fun, simple little game, perfect for when you want to play some classic NES without feeling like you're making a big time commitment. This is one that isn't too rare or expensive, so if you see it for a good price, pick it up, or if you already have it, go play it.
I really hope you enjoyed this review of The Little Mermaid. You can check out our channel page for more game reviews and some other fun, kind of nerdy type videos. If you'd like to see more of The Little Mermaid NES game, you can watch my full playthrough of it on our Cricket Plays channel. Or if you need a break from video game stuff for some reason, you can check out my other channel where I do cooking videos and some cake decorating tutorials. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe, click the like button, it really makes my day. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cute. Ooh. Oh.